Hey, what's up guys, my name is Charlie. Today we're going to be reacting to some more Nostalgia Critic, and it's going to be Season 6, The Odd Life of Timothy Green. Oh Jesus, I never heard of this movie, but if Nostalgia Critic's going to be reviewing it, we're in for a surprise. This is probably going to be absolutely terrible. Who knows, it could be good, but it's going to be terrible, in it. I just want to note that I know there's another episode, The Review Must Go On. I'm just letting you guys know that I consider that technically a special episode, so I'm gonna sort of give that a miss and leave that for the Nostalgia Critic bonus content playlist, because I'm gonna be reacting to all the Nostalgia Critic bonus content and all the stuff we've left out, all the outtakes, and I'm gonna dedicate an entire playlist for that. So we're just going through all the official episodes, and then we're going to go through all the bonus content. I just want to clear that up, so don't worry, we will be getting around to it, but that's considered technically bonus content, and this is really an official episode. So yeah, let's check out the video, shall we? Let's go. The nerd. Alright, it's good to be back to watch these.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remembered so you don't have to. Well, seeing how this is February, the month of romance based around a saint that your uniquely lazy ass will never bother to research, I think we should dedicate this enchanted time of year to the month of love.
Okay. Month of love.
And what better way to start off this month of love than the love one gives to a child? No, and your jacuzzi of barbed wire in hell is waiting for you. I'm talking about the love from parent to child as demonstrated in The Odd Life of Timothy Green.
Okay. Never heard. I think I've heard of it.
This is the story about a couple who can't have a child until one magically appears in the backyard and shows them the quirks and whimsy of what it means to be a parent. Now granted, a lot of people didn't like this film when it first came out. In fact, many declared they'd rather pass a marble bag of kidney stones. But I'm sure such an innocent story couldn't have anything that horrible in it. How bad could something
I've never
like
seen this movie,
possibly
but I
be?
think I've heard of
Something
it.
so adorable and lovable and cute and absolutely charming. My apologies to the neighbor's cat. It's just, after seeing a film that was so cat-killingly bad, I had no choice but to destroy the nearest living creature.
Wow.
I mean,
that's messed up.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
God,
wow.
Jesus, wow. Heaven above, Lord, shit, fuck, wow. This film is horrendous. I mean, It's god-awful. I could rip into this shit storm so much that that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
Oh,
this
God.
is the odd, terribly disturbed life of Timothy Green.
Alright.
I'm sorry, Waffles.
In loving memory.
The film opens with a couple played by Jennifer Garner and Joel Edgerton, who are filling out the paperwork to apply for adopting a child.
Okay.
Oh, wait. You didn't answer what makes you qualified.
Oh, I know her.
We
She's
know.
from,
There wasn't much space.
We had so much to say.
that new Amazon Prime TV series.
Okay. Idiots. Word of advice. If your reasoning wouldn't work on your second grade teacher, chances are it wouldn't work on the United States adoption services. I mean, really? There wasn't enough space? That's what you're going with? Imagine using that excuse somewhere else in life. Here's my test, Mrs. Travers.
The Expanse.
You
That's what
failed
she's
to
from.
answer every single question listed.
I know. I just had so much information I could put down for all of them, I decided not to.
I'm sorry, that means you get an F.
As in, fantastic.
No, as in failed.
As in, failed not to be fantastic.
No, as in you failed the test.
As in, I failed the test of not failing the exam you so currently gave to me.
Why are you still here?
I need a mommy. So they convinced the adoption agency to listen to their story about why there wasn't
Yeah, I think
enough
she's from The
space.
Expanse, that new
You're gonna find it hard
Amazon
to believe.
TV Prime
This
TV
all
series.
began last September.
It turns out the doctors say that Garner is unable to get pregnant, which forces them to drive back to Stanleyville, the pencil capital of the world.
I think she's also in Star Trek, The Next Generation.
And I'm not kidding. They
Plays
really
as
want you
Wolf's
to
mum.
remember that Stanleyville is the pencil capital
adopted.
of the world. They show countless footage of pencils being made. They have a soccer team called the Erasers. Edgerton works for a pencil factory. Gardner is a tour guide in a museum dedicated to pencils. By the time the movie is over, you want to eat the goddamn things. But our couple doesn't seem to have much of an appetite, as they're still heartbroken about Garner being as unfruitful as their vegetable garden.
I can't do it. I can't move on.
Then move out of the way.
For years, we've been thinking about what our kid would have been like. We can move on tomorrow, just for tonight. Can we have a kid?
You know, this
Wow.
might sound like a fucking radical idea, but why not an orphanage? Yeah, a little weird seeing how the film opens up with them at the orphanage. So
Yeah.
it's not like this never crossed their minds. If having a child meant so much to you, why didn't you just do that before?
Yeah.
Were they afraid that something like Timothy might actually come to life and therefore have to turn another child down?
Are my new parents nice?
They certainly are, and they're gonna give you a good home.
Yay! I can't wait to have a real mom and dad.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It says here that they've thrown a child in the backyard and it's absolutely perfect in every way, in which case they don't have any need for you anymore.
Wow.
No need.
None. I'm sorry. I know it's the third time this month.
Fun time.
Man, fuck this shit. I'm 18. I'm still not adopted.
Yeah.
But they decide to fantasize for just one night, and thus the Build-A-Kid workshop is open.
Would our kid be musical?
Our kid would rock.
Love and be loved.
How great an athlete are you picturing?
You were terrible at soccer.
Our kid, amazing kid, got to score the winning goal.
There's a lot of pressure on a kid. Jesus, go easy. No. What the fuck?
Not show how in tune you are in such a loud, scary way.
Yeah.
So they put their drawings of
What's up
blood
with that?
vaginas in a box and buried in the backyard, convinced they can now move on with their lives. But then... So we get our first look at Children of the Corn,
Oh.
who has leaves on his ankles and apparently is thoroughly convinced that he has always
He
belonged
grew
to
in the
this
garden.
Call us Mr. and Mrs.
the
Green.
hell is
Not many
this?
people do, but... Mom.
What's this? Poison Ivy from Batman or something? What the hell?
So of course they have to fill out a report or go to the police or put out posters saying missing child.
Yeah.
I'm getting that feeling.
Oh my god, the logical
Kidnapping works
conclusion.
too. I'm always shocked
Jesus.
how many people don't consider that option. I mean, when you look past the whole illegal and emotionally scarring thing, it's actually pretty logical. You know, you can turn them into the authorities, guys. It's not like E.T. They have walkie-talkies now instead of guns. Oh, wait. They changed it back in the DVD version, didn't they? Run, Timmy, run! So Garner's sister shows up the next day, and our new parents try to explain the appearance of our little friend.
It was all very sudden and kind of miraculous. I mean, I thought you were trying to have a real kid.
Let's add her to the list of
Jesus.
horrible pieces of human shit in this film. Trust me, the list will grow. In fact, there's one right now, Edgerton's father, who apparently spent most of his time away from
I've
his
seen
son,
him before
who
as
has
well.
resented him ever since. But Timmy hopes he can win his grandfather over with a trailer shot. Ah, yes, he must be doing this because he's a plant and therefore basking when the sun comes out. Except for
Gotta
the fact
recharge
that
his
the sun was
batteries, I
clearly
guess.
out several other times before, but the
Photosynthesis or
cameraman
something.
wasn't ready for his 360 shot yet. His grandfather acts accordingly.
Oh.
What did you say to your father after he bunked the boy with leaves in the head?
Complicated.
I didn't say anything.
Really?
And yes, the adoption agency is still listening to the story and allowing them to continue. Because if I ran an adoption agency, I'd say to myself, yeah, this is worth my valuable time. Not turning these people away and instead looking for parents who don't think the Cabbage Patch Kids are based on a true story. I'd listen to. I can only imagine what that guy's writing down on his notepad the whole time.
Insane. Cool 911. What the fuck? Rude child.
Oh, thank God. We almost took the focus of this movie away from pencils.
Worst case scenario, my aunt and my father will have no choice but to close the factory.
But Edgerton is called away from the pencil pushers as it appears Timmy has been beaten up at school.
This kind of thing happened to me when I was your age.
Yeah.
And all I wanted was for my dad to have my back. And he didn't.
Bottom line, as long as you come out of this with a healthy hatred of your grandfather, I'll consider myself a good father. But, oh, it turns out the father of those bullies is actually his boss. Wah, wah.
Of course.
Are you really gonna fight all his battles for him? You think that's wise?
Break his
Why can't you
nose,
be
get
like
it
me? I
over
let my kids
with.
get away with murder.
Next Saturday, we're having a birthday party pool bash, and we'd love it if Timothy would come.
Yes. Oh, please, don't tell me. You took him back to the house of the boys who bullied him?
He really wanted to go.
So
Oh
you
my
let him
God.
decide what was best.
I thought it was time he learned to fight his own battles.
We just forgot to ask if he could swim.
And you're probably starting to see what the main problem with this movie is. Not the fact that they're telling a story that nobody not kicked by a horse could believe, or that they live in a town with more inbred jerks than a TLC show. Oh, don't get me wrong, those are great things to hate. But the parenting in this movie is awful.
Yeah, I was
mean,
gonna
really,
say thing it's
really
awful.
They're trying to tell the story to show how much they've learned, but all we ever see is them constantly acknowledge that they always make the wrong choices. How is that going to win them over?
Not everybody's
We were
supposed to
gonna
be
have
parents.
The talk that we
There's
didn't
no
really
shame
know
in
how
that.
to have.
That was the plan, the talk.
And here's another little annoying tidbit they do a lot in this movie. The couple completes their sentences a little too often.
Everything had changed.
And there he was, leaves and all.
Didn't matter where he came from.
He was ours.
Yeah, we were his.
We were a family.
We were a family.
They
When I
used to
say a
have
little too often, I mean
absolutely
all
crazy.
the fucking time.
How do you tell your child something's not possible?
That it can't be done.
When they believe in you like that.
Well, we didn't want to disappoint
Why
him.
do they
we got
finish each
busy.
other's sentences
Sure,
like...
again, this is to show how in tune they are, but it's pretty
No,
obnoxious.
it is
I mean,
annoying.
They just never stop doing it. I love once to see a couple complete each other's sentences without getting right what the other was going to say. It didn't matter where he came from.
He was ours.
We were his.
We were a family.
It was the greatest day
Since
since...
he discovered Viagra.
wasn't what...
A penis should look like, until he started taking it.
Maybe if you let me finish.
He would say all the time, but nothing ever came out.
I don't think we should talk about this.
Without visuals.
Oh.
Christ! He would cry every night until I showed him the online ads.
Damn it, honey, this is already hard enough.
What's the name of the brand we got?
This is...
Why we can't have children.
Oh, wow.
Can we just go back to talking about the child that we grew in the backyard? I think we are winning you over much better with that.
Yeah, you are.
What's with the straight face? Oh, and just to make things better, let's throw prepubescent lust into the mix. I think one of my stems is beginning to grow.
Oh, God. I guess he's gonna jump in the water in embarrassment, or his shorts are gonna come off in the water. What?
I'm guessing that's the mating dance of...
Maybe not. Okay.
Timmy
Alright.
seems to stay underwater for a while, and since the world's greatest parents are nowhere to be found, the girl dives in after him, ultimately discovering Timmy's little secret.
Nobody touches the leaves, bitch!
Oh! Wow.
It's alright, folks. Sweet innocent Timmy kicked a girl he has a crush on right dab in the schnauzer.
Damn.
Sheesh, kid, when they said fight your own battles, they didn't need
Jesus.
underwater flash kicks.
The first person he punches is a woman? That's not a good sign for
And
Timmy.
speaking of fighting your own battles, what advice do Mom and
Timothy,
Dad of
whatever
the
hell.
Year have to give?
What do I do about the girl I kicked in the head?
No, yeah, that's simple.
Well, if you see her coming, just run the other way.
Hey kids, let's play a game. It's called Politicians. 1 second I'll say one thing, and then another moment I'll say something totally different.
I thought it was time he learned to fight his own battles. Just run the other way. I thought it was time he learned to fight his own battle. Just run the other way. Fight his own battle. Run the other way. Fight his own battle. Run the other way.
Now let's play another game. It's called Start Making Sense, you fucking tools! But she takes the whole having leaves on his ankle thing unrealistically well, as it turns out she has a jelly stain in the shape of Wisconsin on her chest. So I guess that means they have something in common. Of course, her secret is minor and pedestrian, where he is a living abomination of nature. But
Yeah,
you
that
have to
doesn't
have
make
something for
sense.
this forced romance to go off of.
I mean, I've got like a scratch on my shoulder that makes us connected. What?
Look out your window. You told him to run the other way when you saw her, and he's not running.
But Timmy's parents don't like this at all, because... I have no fucking idea.
Because they're control
Nothing
freaks.
about her,
They
she's
want
done
everything
nothing
their
wrong,
way.
and yet they advise Timmy to constantly stay away from her.
There are so many girls.
It would be a mistake to focus on just one fish.
What we're trying to say, son, is stay away from the girl we know nothing about. Exploring her differences could only get in the way of isolating her more. Ugh, this movie's too hard to watch, and I need a break. We'll be right back after these people try to sell you something.
Yeah, this movie's not as good.
Hey, Mom and Dad.
It's not logical.
Or should I say, Lisa and Bob? Are you depressed that you can't have a child of your own? Are you sad that the miracle of childbirth will never take place in your life? Do you find it unbearable that you will never know the gift of creation, the growth of the young, or the unconditional love that any human being can ever give to you as long as you live? Are you tired of your shriveled up womb?
Dude!
Well, cry no more, 'cause we've invented Child.
Oh.
Chia Child. The instructions are very simple. Just write down exactly what you would like your Chia Child to be like, place it in the Chia Child box, bury it in the backyard, just add God, and Chia Child is yours.
I always wanted a girl with no imperfections at all, just like a real child.
Child.
I always dreamed of a little someone that I could project my insecurities onto, and now it seems that she's arrived.
Look, I drew a picture about how much I hate Grandfather because he didn't raise you right.
And now I get to pass down that hatred to you.
Child. Chia Child would last up to 3 months, or until you feel the emotional and symbolic justification of what it means to be a family.
I'll admit, at first we didn't think we'd be very good parents.
But Chia Child seems to be calm and pleasant no matter what horrible mistakes we make.
So now we don't have to worry about any of that pesky moral responsibility.
Chia Child simply combines these natural elements to give you that lovable family that you've seen in most Sears catalogs. And when Chia Child has worn out her usefulness, just bury her in the backyard and get another one.
I'm so glad something like Chia Child exists.
Yeah, I mean, do you know how long it takes to adopt a child? 18 months. Hell, I can get a gun in a week.
Oh.
Now make me a sandwich.
Oh.
We're nuts. Chia Child.
Damn.
The child that grows
The tides
when
have
your
turned.
parenting blows.
Jesus.
Available in Daughter Lily and Sunflower.
That's quite enjoyable in a strange, weird way.
They signed Timmy up for soccer class, even though he has no talent in the sport and doesn't really have much interest. Even rappers looking to tell their wives, "There, I did a damn kids movie," agree.
This would be really good for him.
Well, this is the best possible way for him to make some friends.
Coach Cal doesn't see it.
Coach Cal likes speaking to the third person. Coach Cal thinks if an old crusty white man like Bob Dole can do it, Coach Cal can too. But Coach Cal signs him up anyway because Coach Cal likes losing?
Excuse me, Coach. I just want to say that I'll be working with him around the clock if necessary, just to get him, you know.
Oh,
to the
tell
next
me you're
level.
not those kind of parents. The type to get over-involved, over-invested.
We are definitely not those kind of parents.
We never get invested in what our kid does. He almost drowned the other day.
Then we won't have a problem.
Well, this is all fine and good, but can we find some way to bring this back to pencils?
That Halloween, your mom went
Bring back
as
the
a pencil.
pencils.
It feels to me that with a pencil, anything is possible.
That is so true.
Yes! Pencils are lead-filled goddesses of the universe, and don't you forget it.
Well,
To think that we may not be making these anymore.
they
Why
write
not make a new kind of
ideas,
pencil?
so...
Didn't
A
you
new
hear?
kind
The
of pencil?
pencil is
What?
already perfect! To redesign it would be to redesign Avalon.
How,
So they
how
decide
can you
to
make it
a
more
new
mighty?
pencil, one made entirely out of leaves. Yeah,
What?
I know, I call bullshit too. But not as much bullshit as this scene, where Garner takes Timmy to her work, and her boss, played by Diane Wiest, is not thrilled about her new portrait.
Little man, what do you think of that?
Not much. I would have done it for free.
Are you suggesting you could do it better?
I can try.
Let's find out.
He is only 10
years old and he's-
somewhere to be.
Of course I do, but shoo. Okay.
Just leave me in a room alone with your son, who I've only known for a few minutes, and yet I am instantly forcing a challenge onto.
Yeah, this... What the
So
hell?
of course, Timmy, naturally...
Oh, audio's gone. Sounds like it's audio protected. Maybe there's music playing here, so he's got to delete this sort of bit of audio to protect the rest of the video from copyright. Yeah, it was the Titanic music or something like that.
Of course, the picture looks great, but unfortunately he adds a little too much detail in the goat chin department. Watch Garner, once again, be a great role model for her kid.
So, what else aren't you telling me?
Sometimes you wear plaids and stripes that clash. Your one joke that you always tell. It's not funny. I have tried so hard to like you.
God,
but if
this
someone
movie.
asked me to be a pallbearer at your funeral,
This
I
is
would tell
just-
them, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. And furthermore,
Cindy lost her job.
I lost my job.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, at least you still have the other job that we've been discussing the last hour and a half is going to go out of business and most likely leave you financially stranded.
He didn't know what he was doing with the girl.
So Cindy did what she thought was best.
Oh, this can only make you look better.
We need to talk. Hey, let's talk. I don't think that you're the best influence on my son.
Damn.
And I want you to tell me what you know about him.
What?
What did she do? Lady, last I checked, your kid nailed her in the fucking head. Who's a bad influence on who?
Well, it's a hard world to be different in, and I don't want him to be hurt by you or anyone. I won't let it happen.
Oh.
I see the way you pay attention to him and show concern in his life. I think it's sick.
Yeah, this
So
mother's
she
really
finds out they were
fucking
building a little
bad.
hideout for each other and that the girl she had no reason to hate, surprise, she has no reason to hate. So maybe this will teach her not to be so hasty with her decisions.
Or
even
maybe
with her
she shouldn't
contrived,
be a mother
unrealistically
because
nasty
she's
sister.
pretty bad.
Did you know Timothy is gifted? How so? He always
She
finds
seems
a
to be a bloody
I'll get you in
narcissist.
college.
Or
He's a
some
great
sort of
artist.
disorder.
I have to say,
So controlling.
I'm listening.
Has to control everything.
I'm
I
just
hate
checking to
those
see if my
mothers.
name's replaced the C
They're the
word yet.
worst.
He's musical.
Toxic.
Really? Yeah.
So she makes up a lie about her son, and wouldn't you know it, the sister calls Timmy up unexpectedly at her recital to have him play something.
Sit back and enjoy the musical stylings
Uh.
of Timothy Green.
You know what? We're running late.
No, Mom, it's okay.
You know what?
It's fine, Mom.
Okay, for the record, just because you make one the spawn of Satan doesn't make the other one a good human being. So, how will Timmy get out of this one?
Oh no. Oh no. No.
All my friends know the low rider. Boom, boom, boom.
No. There's only one explanation for this. This is a Disney movie, ain't it?
When I paid good money to hear Josh
This has to
Groban
be a
in
Disney
one
movie.
angelic voice, but spur of the moment, just whimsical magic. He
God.
bent over backwards and started tooting a horn out of his butt cheeks.
Yeah.
It was butterflies in your stomach awkward and sounded horrendous, but
I think this song was from Gone in 60 Seconds, Nicolas Cage or something like that. But this butchers it. Yeah, this is a Disney movie.
And the
It's
only
gotta be.
prescription is more cowbell.
Only Disney would do something as
I
stupid as
guess
this.
the movie feels they won that moment. And the next day at the game, Edger's father shows up and starts to leave. But his son guarantees him that this time Timmy will be put in the game because all season the coach has been leaving him out.
Is your difference maker today. That is your game changer right there.
You're kidding, right?
Do I look like I'm kidding?
If I put your son in the game, you wouldn't live to see his next birthday. If you don't mind, we got a game to win.
I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Why did Coach Cal pick him if he knew he was never going to use him in the game? Coach Cal has a sick sense of humor. Coach Cal likes to see children's dreams get obliterated by Coach Cal.
Ooh,
No, is he okay?
He's an asshole.
yeah, he is an
But one of
asshole.
the kids hurts their ankles, and so he does end up putting him in the game.
Okay, Green, come on.
Oh, hitting you with a stick. They're not putting that boy in.
Actually, they are. It's good. Trust me.
Who's your daddy?
Has he been drinking?
I am
That
so
guy-
disgusted by this human emotion you mortals call love.
I think that guy's from House. He used,
And the sun comes out
House
and...
TV series. He played a police officer, detective. White guy with a beard sort of thing.
Just like we practiced.
be the dad, the uncle, granddad, whatever it was.
Perfect your kids are. Oh, look at that. That kid is mine.
I could have been like that.
Yeah,
I
him.
had skills, but
I
no.
think he's from House.
Oh,
The
that's
TV
what
series.
it's all about. Our kid accomplishing goals set by other
Dr.
people's
House or something like that.
standards. And look, he even makes the winning shot for the other team. Yeah, that's right. You thought that cliche died with the 90s, but nope.
I also think he's in The Rock as well.
Do you get it, though? Do you get it? In the opening, they predicted that their boy would shoot the winning shot. It just happened to be for the other team. No, you should have been more specific on your boy growing cars.
It's called karma.
Stop. Your time's up.
You have to let us finish.
You have to hear the whole thing. You
Listen,
have to.
excuse me, with all due respect, we're not leaving.
Or is she from Dr. Bashir's mother? I can't... Dr. Bashir's mother or Wolf's mum? I can't remember which one.
It's your time to use as you choose.
Yeah, the scene they don't show you is this.
I decided that our son would not be
Security.
seen as different or weird. He'd be treated like a normal kid. Because that's what he was going to be.
Timothy!
Just trying to figure out all the characters in this movie is better than anything else, because this movie fucking sucks. It's just more entertaining to try to remember
That
all
is
the
so
characters.
tragic, despite that breaking up and letting go is essentially the same thing, but I'm sorry. What does any of this have to do with pencils?
Yeah.
This is a new kind of pencil, made almost entirely out of leaves.
I swear, if someone doesn't fuck a pencil by the time this movie is over, I'll make sure it happens for them.
Yeah, it will not only save trees, but will save our factory.
But it turns out the boss, the one drinking the great big boss mug, you see, he's the boss in case you forgot, he's the boss, is taking credit for creating the leaf pencil.
Of course.
But Timmy stands up and tells the truth.
Can't it be a weed pencil, like made out of weed, and you can draw and smoke it at the same time and get high? It's just an
Children
idea.
are to be mocked and shamed.
Do not pick on my son. If you ever so much as even look at him funny, you will have to deal with me.
Wow.
I'm here for my last minute redemption.
How did you come up with this idea to make a pencil out of leaves?
Because I have leaves in my legs.
So they reveal that they must have come up with the idea to make a pencil out of leaves because, well, it's probably made out of half of his kin.
I used to have more.
But being the ever-observant douche pinatas that they are, the parents never noticed all this time that his leaves were falling off. And he finally reveals that when the leaves go, so does he.
Oh, thank God, then the movie's over.
There is so much that we have left to
We're
do.
just starting to get good at this.
You just started to get good? Good. Drown your kid in the swimming pool.
Lick my dick, movie! They're as ready to start a family as a goddamn suicide club!
Fuck these parents.
So
These are
he
terrible
vanishes,
parents.
Presumably going to the great fertilizer in the sky, and
Oh,
our
thank
now
God.
childless parents finish their tale.
Thank God.
Thank you. I think that's all we'll need.
Oh yeah, that's enough to put you in a straitjacket.
That's it?
Thank you.
I'm
You grew a child in the back of your garden. Yeah.
Speed dial.
Yeah. You guys are fucking nuts. You're going away for a very long time.
So, if you worked for an adoption agency and heard a story that was so bizarre that even Rod Serling would start chewing his balls off in the middle of it, also taking into account that the parents have done nothing but proven how incompetently unprepared they are to take care of a human being, would you allow them to have a child in their custody?
No
Of course
fucking
you
no.
would!
What?
I'm surprised they didn't give him 6, 10, hell, half of the orphanage
This is
to look
definitely a
after.
Disney
Yeah,
movie.
I believe it!
Always a
fucking
happy
believe
American ending.
Wow! Just wow! You know, let's assume just for a moment that this story that would have gotten
Fuck
tons
this
of media
movie.
coverage didn't make it to the attention of the adoption agency, and they did their research and found that it checked out. The reason that these two should not be allowed to have a child is explained in one scene shown earlier.
What would you do differently?
We'd make better mistakes.
Better?
Not the
Different.
same.
New.
New mistakes.
That's what we do.
Isn't that how you know you're a parent?
So, your argument is you fucked up, you're glad you fucked up, and you will continue to fuck up in new and spectacular ways.
Fuck these parents.
No! No!
Yeah,
You
no.
make mistakes so you can learn from them,
Yeah.
not so you can make more mistakes. Are you fucking high?
Take a learn from this,
Sure,
Professor.
everybody messes up. It's gonna happen, but it happens so you can get better and make the right choices. These two never got better at what they did. If anything, they just got worse and worse. Why? Because they never learned that you're supposed to learn! You want to know one of the most important things you can do for your kid that these parents almost never did throughout this entire film? Ask your kid questions. Think about it. They almost never did it.
No.
Right down to, where did he come from? What do you know? Say, you seem to know a lot about this stuff, but seem very mysterious about it. Would you mind telling us that? What are your likes? What are your dislikes? Fuck it. We're signing you up for soccer. Do you play any instrument? Fuck it. Go up there and play something. Who's that girl? I don't care. Stay away from her. It's why they never knew anything. Well,
Yeah,
I can
it's
tell you
just
that I know
ridiculous.
something for sure. This movie is a cock salad.
Cock
I feel
salad.
bad
Ooh.
because I know the
Damn, he
actors
is
are trying. Hell, the
sleazy as
kid is
shit.
actually even pretty good in it. But I'm sorry, no amount of acting skill can save something
Yeah.
this horribly
Bad
put
story,
together.
bad
It knows
plot.
what it wants to say, but it has no idea how to say it correctly. It's a bad vegetable that should be turned in for better produce. I mean, hey, everybody should get a practice kid before they get a real kid to try out on. Well, maybe not everyone, just these sick, selfish idiots! I'm the nostalgia critic, I remember, so you don't have to.
Alright.
Keep your cats away from me!
Yeah, we don't want him murdering our cats. Whew. Jesus. My god. Yeah, it was very boring. Very, very boring movie. I could tell it was... I have a lot of problems with this movie. I'm gonna explain when this is done. 'Cause I'm gonna have a yell at those parents. Even though it's a movie, but still I'm gonna have a good go.
Coach Cal doesn't see it.
Okay.
Hey guys, Nostalgia Critic
Oh,
here.
there's more,
It's
okay.
good to be back, especially after being in that surreal plot hole. I mean, true, the accommodations could be nice, but it does weird things to your memory. Like there was one point where I didn't even recognize myself. And I even started going crazy reviewing all my old stuff like Kick-Assia, Suburban Nights, and Taboli Flea. There was even a strange moment where I thought they were not good, and even started making fun of them. And because you probably love to see me make an ass of myself, it's now available on DVD.
Oh,
For a limited time only, you can get Nostalgia Critic Reloaded. But it not only has a review of the anniversary films by yours truly, it also has a live review of Twilight Breaking Dawn 2, other characters remembering the Nostalgia Critic in fond and mostly non-fond ways, the best Nostalgia Critic moments that never happened, featuring Ego Raptor, a look at the original locations and sets of the Nostalgia Critic, and more. So what are you waiting for? Get Nostalgia Critic Reloaded on DVD while they're still in stock. And maybe you can see me, loaded.
Alright, okay. That was just a bit of advertisement merchandise. And the video has ended. Finally, I can have a goddamn rant. Now, first of all, I just want to say for those parents were shit. And one other thing I want to say about those parents, they were really shit. Because what they were doing is they were putting all the pressures and all the ambitions and all the things they want on a child. The sad reality is when you have a child, you're going to have to... The sad reality is expect that you're not going to get everything you want. You know, he's going to be a great football player. He's going to work for fucking NASA. You can't put all those expectations on a child like that. I know you have dreams, but putting your dreams on a child, putting your ambitions on a child is really toxic and abusive. Believe me, you don't want parents that put pressure on you, that all their failings. Oh, you know, the parent, the father. Oh, I was bad at football, so my son's got to be good at football. You know, so that's what they really do, is they put all their failings, everything they've failed at life, and they put it on the child to succeed at. That way, the father feels like he's succeeded because his son's done it. You know, all that sort of stuff, that sort of mental, physical, sort of mumbo-jumbo, sort of abuse bullshit. I believe that's really bad and toxic. You should just let the child grow up to do whatever he wants to do. You know, just let him be, let him roam, do what he wants. You shouldn't be interfering with his progress, shouldn't be forcing him to do football because you sucked at it. Don't put your expectations on a child like that. I just want to say that. I know it's a movie, but I don't like that when parents put pressure on their kids like that, because it fucks up children. It really does. You know, when parents do that, when parents put all their failures and expectations on a child, and, you know, it just sucks. It really does. But either the case, this movie was absolutely god-awful fucking terrible. I mean, I felt like my brain was like hemorrhaging fucking blood. I felt like I was about to have a seizure. But other than that, it's pretty fucking bad. I'm trying to think of a good thing about this movie. I don't know. I mean, not the acting. The acting was bad. The kid was alright. The kid's acting was okay for what it was. However, the character choice, yeah. I mean, it had that woman from The Expanse in it, the TV Amazon series. I think she was also in Star Trek Next Generation, or she was from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I can't remember which one. I'm thinking of two characters or something like that, two actors. I can't remember. Either way, she was in Star Trek. That's all I know. I'm pretty sure. But as for this, also the old grey guy with a bushy beard, he was from Mr. House or Dr. House, that TV series, and he was like a detective. He was also in The Rock, I believe. He was, yeah, in The Rock with Nicolas Cage and all that stuff. But yeah, that's the only thing I found interesting in this movie. It was just trying to remember all the actors, just trying to remember who's that from. That's what I was just trying to do. As for the story plot, no, it's not interesting. This movie just sucks. I mean, what sort of kid just grows in the backyard and you go to like a child adoption agency and go, yeah, my child growed up in the backyard. Don't think I'm crazy or not. I mean, Jesus, have mercy. I would be calling 911 so fucking fast if two nutjob parents came in starting saying my child grew in the backyard, risen from the grave. I mean, doesn't that sort of catch a red flag or something? Maybe the parents have been smoking a little bit too much leaves. Maybe that kid had some sort of marijuana leaf on it. Maybe it was a Canada leaf, a maple leaf or something. Maybe they were smoking so much syrup. Who knows? Some sort of explanation for this. I mean, how did it work? What, because their wish was so strong, the child grew from the earth, Mother Nature, for they would give him a kid? I just don't get it. What is the logical explanation? There's no scientific explanation. It's all wish fantasy. It's gotta be a Disney movie because it doesn't make sense and it's bullshit and there's always a happy ending. I mean, no. I want an explanation. Scientific. Give me something scientific. But there is no scientific explanation of a kid rising from the grave because they would just make him a zombie because he was dead. I'm sorry going on a tangent here. It's just I'm trying to make logical sense, but there's no logical explanation. If there was a logical explanation, it would be good. But the fact that, oh, it's just magic. Oh, we just wished it. No, that's not good enough. I want something more than that. Fuck this movie. Fuck this movie. But either case, yeah, that was The Odd Life of Timothy Green, and this is obviously gotta be a Disney movie. I know I keep saying that, I don't know if it is or not, but only Disney would come up with something like this. Something so fucking ridiculous. Something so stupid. And always a happy ending. There's no way Disney had to be involved. Yeah. If you like this video, make sure to give a like, a comment down below, make sure to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Oh, my bloody blood pressure. Peace.